Welcome to the Bush Wild Black Show. I'm your host, Christian, and this is the Bearscast for week 4. The Bears win 25-24 against the Raiders. That was an ugly game. It was fun because it was a defensive showcase, really, and I appreciate that game because the Bears showed they can adjust, which has been a problem in recent years, and they were able to figure stuff out. This is not going to be long because there's nothing to rant about, really. I will take the win. The blocked field goal by Blackwell. And there you go. It was the turning point of this game was the adjustment of figuring out how to stop Max Crosby, because he was out here in the first quarter just being annoying, and there was a batted ball, and there were quarterback pressures, and he was out here just being a nuisance in the first quarter. And then Ben Johnson adjusted, and they had a substitution on the line, and they were able to give Caleb some protection. And Geno Smith threw 3 picks. And what was frustrating about that game is Bears didn't really know how to capitalize on that, on those turnovers very well, because they were able to get the ball 3 times off of Geno Smith just throwing it up and in the people, and the Bears could only get field goals. That was the only bad thing that I could see, like, in the fact that Alvin Gentry had a career day today. But that's really not the Bears' fault in this game. The Bears have been able to get run on for the past few seasons. It hasn't stopped now. But they figured it out. There's so much that I watched that game, because it was frustrating because the Raiders were always around, and it was back and forth, and it was defensive, and it was a defensive showcased on both ends. Caleb played all right. They kind of took the ball out of his hands, kind of a little bit, and for the Raiders, they definitely took the ball out of Geno Smith's hands. I know Pete Carroll is basically reformed that man's career, but I think they need to draft, or they need to pick up a young QB next season, because I think Geno is getting towards the tail end of his being effective. But that's not this. It's not a Raiders podcast, so. It was cool, man. It was frustrating watching the game. I'm watching the game at the bar across the street from where I stay at, and it was aggravating watching the whole game, going back and forth, because I honestly feel like if you are able to turn over a team 3 times, you should not win by 1 point on a blocked field goal, but it's the Bears. And I still don't know if Ben Johnson is any good as a coach. I know he was good in Detroit. I know he was a good play caller in Detroit. Both his replacements are doing well. His replacement in Detroit is doing better than him right now. And if the Jets had a quarterback that could do anything and was healthy, because Justin looked awesome until he got hurt. And they seemed to tweak the offense for Justin until he got hurt, and Tyrod Taylor, career backup, looked efficient. It's just the team isn't good. So I don't know if Ben Johnson is a good coach or not, but they won that game. And one thing I could say about him is he was able to adjust to Crosby after this, going into the second half. He started out really good in the first quarter, and then in the second quarter he only had 2 tackles. So that was good. Real quick, let me go to the box score. and get up out of here because there's no real reason to go deep into this game because we won. Come on, load, y'all. Okay, Caleb Williams, 22 for 37, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That was the interception that Crosby batted. There was a lot of like low balls for Caleb. That's kind of been a thing for him. I don't know what that's about, but the Raiders were able to key in on that. That might need to be adjusted for future games because you're not going to be able to squeak away a win like that all the time. So Caleb Williams, 22 for 37, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was only sacked once. Rushing, DeAndre Swift, 14 carries, 38 yards, 1 touchdown. Kyle Managai, 4 carries, 18 yards. Caleb Williams, 8 carries, 13 yards. I really want the Bears to have a running game. That's another thing that I was noticing that's aggravating watching this team. Like, we all love DeAndre Swift, right? But watching Gentry, watching Austin Gentry, and I'm saying his name horribly, watching him get 21 carries and 138 yards and 1 touchdown and having a breakout game today, it just, like, I thought Scatterboo was the best running back in the draft this year, and he's proven me right in New York. I thought Gentry was going to be okay, but the Raiders have no line really, and they have no offensive line for him really. And I wanted the Bears to either get one of those two guys because they need a running game, and Swift and Kyle and Caleb, when he gets in trouble, does not make a viable offense for 17 games. Receiving, Rome, 4 receptions, 69 yards. Cole Kmet, 3 receptions, 46 yards. Zacharias, 5 receptions, 40 yards. DJ Moore, 4 receptions, 38 yards. DeAndre Swift, 4 receptions, 22 yards. And Luther Burden, the third, 2 receptions, -4 yards. And as stated, the most important part of this game was the defense. Geno Smith was intercepted 3 times, and they forced a fumble. So, they forced a fumble. So defense and the special teams carried the team today. And we won, and it was dope. And I'm glad that they're 2-2 now. There's a bye week next week. I don't really know what I'm going to do for next week as far as the show. I am honestly thinking about, because on Facebook, and I didn't think about this at all, this channel and podcast, whatever this is, Pushing While Black Show as a concept, was turned 11 years old yesterday. And I don't know how I feel about that. And really, if you take a couple years ago where I took the last season of Matt Nagy tenure as Bears coach off because I moved and I didn't have a place to really record, this channel has been here technically for 10 years. Like really 10 years, but technically 11 years. So I might do like a retrospective on that because I've been thinking about some stuff. So, but yeah, I think that there's a bye week next week, and then I think the next game is Washington, Monday night game. So yeah, there's nothing here. I'm glad they won. Defense showed up today. Geno Gino looked frustrated, and hold on. Let's see. Where's the? Because I want to give him credit. Where's the interceptions at? I'm looking at the defense. Total tackles. Kevin Byard the third, he got 2 interceptions. Tyreek Stevenson got 1 of Geno's interceptions. So yeah, 3 interceptions. Didn't move my screen down a little bit, but anyway, yeah, Bears won. I'm glad they won. I'm glad they pulled it out. It was an ugly win to me. It wasn't pretty at all, but sometimes you win games like that, and this isn't going to be pretty. And I like the fact that this team was able to adjust to a defense, and they have not been able to do. There have been coaches that don't know how to do that. I'm looking at you, Matt Nagy. I'm looking at you, Eberflus, because they don't know how to do that. And the one thing I can say about Ben Johnson, this game proved that this dude does know how to adjust to defenses, and they do know how to adjust to what's going on in the game. I still don't know if you know how to coach. I still don't know if you know how to develop a quarterback, because a young quarterback, and shape an offense around what a quarterback can do instead of running your system. But this is one of those games where, all right, this is going to be hard. Can you win a game? And Ben Johnson proved to me that this is going to be hard. You can win a game. Because the Cowboys last week was one of them situations where there's no defense, there's no pass rush, because they don't have a pass rush. So basically, you can do your stuff and you can do the cute stuff because they're not going to be able to stop anything, and it's going to be fun. Now I know that you know how to adjust and you know how to call a game now. So that's my biggest takeaway from this game. This will probably be posted tomorrow. It's recording today, Sunday. Probably be posted late tomorrow because I have a job. I have a regular 9 to 5, and I want to see the rest of this Cowboy game. I want to see how Micah does. So this will be posted tomorrow evening. See y'all. I'll probably do something this week, but I don't know yet. Anyway, put your wall black out. Later.